So Floyd Mayweather had a beard and hair transplant more than a year ago, and in this video I'm gonna be sharing with you the good and bad about this procedure that he did as a former beard and hair transplant patient myself, and as somebody who has advised hundreds and hundreds of guys on how to get the best hair transplant result. Before we start, this video has been brought to you by GoFiber. These are hair building fibers you can use to mask any thinning or patchy areas on your scalp to make your hair look thicker and better. So make sure you check out the link in the video description below, where you can visit GoFiber, get a free sample of your choice and try them out, see if you like them. So his situation was like that before: the goatee, the mustache, and also some existing beard hair along his both jaw lines on the left and right, but a lot of patchiness on his cheeks. And the most of the transplanted beard follicles, which came by the way from the back of his head, went onto the actual beard. The rest went for the hairline restoration and also the temporal peak restoration, which was less compared to the beard. This was his beard 7 to 8 months after the surgery, and you can see that it already looks very full. It's blending nicely with his existing hair. Here, this is 1 year result. I don't think a lot of changed. I think his end result kind of matured at around the month number 6, 7, and since then I don't think he got more regrowth. And also on the hairline, I'm not sure that the result really improved since the month number 6 and month number 7. This is a recent video, more than a year, probably a year and 3-4 months since his beard and hair transplant, where we can see his fully restored hairline and temple peaks. They're looking amazing, by the way. I do not see any issues with it, especially if we look at it and stop it from the side. Right there, we notice how it just nicely blends together, and also the beard, like everything just looks so smooth. I'm not seeing any like patchy growth on the beard and neither on the hairline and temples, and this just looking awesome. And again, if he went to Turkey, which we were kind of theorizing about in my last video, this is a really good result, because we know Turkey equals cheap clinics, sometimes 2 to 5 times cheaper than an average US clinic. Depends on where you go in Turkey, but yeah, 2 to 5 times cheaper. The density is great, the fullness in his hairline and the frame in the hairline is great, and I don't really think that he's using the bad boys right here, the hair fibers. I don't think so, because here it just looks very natural. I wouldn't bet that he's like having his hair fibered heavily. I'm not sure here. So let's take a look at the donor zone in Floyd's case, because this is usually when things can go wrong, because if they extract too many follicles from that zone or too fast, or they use too large of a punch, they can overharvest and cause that patchy looking donor, which many of you guys already are familiar with. I'm not seeing that with Floyd, okay? That's looking great again, and I think they extracted probably around 3,000 grafts. It's looking homogeneous, very smooth and naturally kind of thinned out. One wouldn't even know that he got probably some hair harvested from the back and sides. One thing though I need to point out, which is not as it should be, there is this area below his lower lip which also got transplanted pretty high up, almost to the lower lip, and some other guys like Joe Tillman from Hair Transplant channel mentioned that this is not entirely natural and he shouldn't have gone so high all the way to the lower lip. But then the Dr. Gary Linko also thought that yeah, this is actually okay, and there are some guys who have also plenty of beard hair also all the way up to the lower lip start, so I don't know. But nonetheless, we see that if he got so many grafts in this area, why they didn't grow? It seems like they did not, because if we look at this video, which is again more than a year after his beard transplant, this is pretty bare, this is pretty empty, and he should have had like way more beard growth in this area. So this is one area where I think that the either survival rate wasn't so high, or just the grafts that were transplanted on that area just didn't take for some other reasons. Maybe they were damaged during the process of extracting, maybe they were left too long out of the body. I have no idea. There could be so many factors contributing to that. I do think it's easier to create a great result like that on a guy with afro hair, because there is one bad and one good thing about the afro hair. When you try to extract it as a doctor, it's hard to extract it safely, because the transection rate is usually higher, because the hair is not just curling above the skin surface but also beneath. This is the challenge, and that's causing high transection rates. So doctors have to be especially careful, either extract extract less grafts per session or use larger punches or special punches which are curved punches to minimize that transection rate. However, if you try to transplant that hair into these openings like recipient sites, then you don't need to be so cautious about the proper angle and direction of that hair. Obviously, it should be tight, it shouldn't stick out so much, but you get more leeway and it's more forgiving type of hair if you try to transplant it because it's curling. So it's actually way easier even for an, let's say, amateur doctor or technician to create naturalness with such hair on the beard or the hairline. So that's why I think that he could have gone easily to Turkey and this result could look like that. That was pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you are somebody who is interested in a beard or hair transplant and you need the proper guidance, you need guidance of somebody who has done beard or hair transplant, who has guided hundreds of guys, help them make the best possible decision, avoid mistakes and pitfalls during their hair transplant research, then I'm the right person to consult. Sign up for a call on the link in the description below, which says mattdominance.com/one-on-one mentoring, and I will personally assist you with all these things. Thank you so much again, and I'm gonna see you soon in another video. Take care.